Trump border czar Tom Homan in a war of words with Boston's mayor after ICE arrested nearly 400 migrants in Massachusetts. This is part of a multi-day operation involving several different agencies. Molly Lyon picks the story up. What happened, Molly, and where are we now on this side of it? Hello.
Good morning, Bill. Well, infuriated by the sanctuary city policies of Boston and many of the communities here in Massachusetts, Tom Homan, remember this promise, he promised to come to Boston. He revealed that he has now done it. That famous promise was to bring hell to this city, and he arrived last Tuesday, kicking off a 5-day operation, including multiple agencies, the FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals, and the Drug Enforcement Agency.
In 5 days, we arrested 370 illegal aliens, the majority of them public safety threats, including murderers, child rapists, armed robbers, and TDA members. So, you know, the men and women of ICE made Boston and Massachusetts safer from the operation they did there last week. And we're going to go back again.
He also relayed his frustrations on X, writing of numerous child rapists. Quote, ICE had to find and arrest these illegal alien rapists because Massachusetts and Boston are sanctuaries that refuse to cooperate with ICE. Homan slammed the Bay State's Democratic leadership, saying Governor Maura Healey and Boston Mayor Michelle Wu should be ashamed of supporting sanctuary policies. Healey promptly pushed back, highlighting her work as a former prosecutor, writing, Massachusetts is not a sanctuary state, and Massachusetts law enforcement regularly partners with federal agencies and federal law enforcement to keep people safe. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, the Massachusetts State Police were brought to the White House and recognized by President Trump and Attorney General Bondi for our partnership in arresting 24 members of a violent gang and fentanyl trafficking ring in Lawrence. And we also reached out to the mayor's office. The response from the city came from a spokesperson who questioned ICE actions. A spokesperson writing, we cannot confirm whether every individual was lawfully detained. We strongly urge ICE to release information on all the individuals detained in order to ensure transparency. Bill?
Okay, Molly, more to come on this, certainly. Molly Lyon, thanks in Boston. Dana's got more.
And Amy Carnevale is the Massachusetts Republican chair, and you've got your work cut out for you up there, and this issue might help. And here's another thing Maura Healey said to Tom Homan, that Massachusetts isn't just doing this public safety work. We are a model for it. We are ranked as one of the safest states in the country for a reason, and we are going to stay that way. Do you get the sense that that's how people of Boston or Massachusetts feel?
Thank you, Dana. The fact of the matter is our governor and our mayor of Boston are not cooperating with ICE on detainer requests. And the fact that Massachusetts is far safer today than it was just 1 week ago, thanks to President Trump and Tom Homan, means that our families in Massachusetts are safer. And our progressive governor and our progressive mayor of Boston have refused to cooperate on detainer requests. So for them to talk about the fact that they intend to cooperate is just nonsense and completely false. And Massachusetts residents see that every day on the streets of Boston.
The Boston mayor, Michelle Wu, say this for her, she sticks to her guns. This is what she said on Sunday.
This narrative that cities where more immigrants live are less safe is just simply not true. Our city is the safest major city in the country because we are safe for everyone, and also because we collaborate every day with the federal government. We're doing everything we can every day to keep people safe.
And yet you read some of the crimes that these illegal immigrants were accused of, and it doesn't feel like that would be somebody that you want to leave in your city.
Not at all. These criminal illegal aliens were accused of murder, rape, trafficking of drugs. And in fact, there was 44 kilos of methamphetamine, 5 kilos of fentanyl, 1 kilo of cocaine, 3 firearms seized over the weekend, along with these raids of the illegal criminal migrants. And again, these are individuals who are posing public safety threats. Nearly 400 individuals were seized over the weekend.
Wow.
And we are grateful in Massachusetts, families and citizens, that the federal government has stepped in where our progressive governor and progressive mayor have refused to do so.
This was from January, but just to give everybody a sense, just to remind you, Bill Malhusian went on a ride-along in January with ICE. Watch here.
We are targeting very violent threats to our community.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Amy, the other thing is that there's a report out of Massachusetts that illegals charged with horrific crimes are being released with stunningly low bail requirements. Is that all just part and parcel of what Blue wants?
Yeah, in some cases, the bail requirements are set as low as $500 or released on their own recognizance. And these are for incidences of child rape. So these are judicial officials appointed by Democratic administrations who are beholden to the far progressive left. And again, we are so thankful, the residents of Massachusetts, for this federal action because we are seeing these criminals released on the streets and offending again and again without consequence.
Amy, do you see any Democrats or maybe more independent voters coming towards the Republican side that they might change their vote next time around?
Absolutely. So in fact, 64% in Massachusetts are actually unenrolled, and we are seeing more and more unenrolled voters become Republicans. We've seen an uptick in voter registration. We saw an increase in the vote for President Trump in last November. And so we are seeing residents enroll in the Republican Party and more wanting to run for office in our municipal elections this spring.
All right, Amy, thank you for joining us. You got your work cut out for you up there. We appreciate you coming on.